Hey everyone, Captain Amazing here, and today I want to talk about my hierarchy of needs. What this is a new way to build a farming guide. So with the Lightspeed bundles, farming guides are a bit outdated. The free-to-play is struggling, and a lot of players get a lot of GP into their account, and they don't know what to do. So if that sounds something like you, this may be the guide for you. Also, this type of guide is scalable and modular. And what that means is it adjusts. Also, while new content comes out, this guide allows you to reevaluate your priorities so that you can start farming for either the new content or whatever is important to you based upon this priority of needs. And as I go through, I'm going to explain my philosophy and why I build my account this way. The reason I created this account as well is I do a lot of roster reviews. This is what I use mentally for my checklist of what I'm looking at in an account on how I give you advice on the ways that you should build your account. I'm going to expand on this series as well. So if you want to find out more about it or a more in-depth guide on each of the different tiers of my philosophy of how I farm my account and build my account in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, please like and subscribe for this content. So let's go ahead and jump in and see what the guide is all about. So this is my hierarchy of needs. The way that this graph works is on the bottom is the most important needs in my philosophy of getting more resources in this game. You should farm for additional resources when you're building the next thing. So if you farm something and it doesn't give you something new, then it's not going to allow you to build your account faster. So let's say if I build JMK, for example, is JMK going to give me additional currencies in the game? Possibly with Grand Arena, you can win some more and then you can get some more crystals. But directly, the return of investment on a farm like that is not as good as, say, possibly a quicker farm, which is an assault battle that can give you Chirotech, signal data, and injector pieces. Or something like Jabba that can give you some more mod currency with Smuggler's Run 2. So that's my philosophy of how this works. And so the priority starts from the bottom and you work your way up. So my lowest or my highest priority, the foundation of what this guide is based upon, is going to be that guild income. Guild income is instrumental for building an account. When you build an account, if you are in a bad guild, it's going to really slow down your progress. If I look at an account and I see that they have extremely low GP for how much time they played the game, my first question to them is, what is their guild like? How active is it? Are they do they have the maximum amount of players? Are all those players getting their 600 tickets daily? If the answer is no or not even close, then that's going to severely limit how fast you can relic characters. And getting characters to relic is instrumental in the foundation of this game. You have to. So raids are the core of how we get more gear and relic material for our accounts. So if you are an endgame player or you just started playing this game, getting that raid currency is going to be very important. And why this can apply to those first day players and also those players who have been playing for 8 years is the raids are starting to change. Every about 9 months is the cadence currently. So if it changes every 9 months, you may be somewhere higher up tiered, working on a higher tier, such as you're working on TB or Conquest or TW or Grand Arena, but a new raid comes out, you're going to have to go back to that bottom foundational portion of this guide and start working on that guild income because the the requirements have changed. There's new characters that you have to farm. And if you don't do well in that raid, it may affect your progress compared to what you're used to. And then if you're a new player, you just have to start getting initially at least that 7-star character, your first one, so that you can start getting the Sith triumvirate currencies. The speeder bike raid currently is extremely new player friendly, so you can jump in on that if your guild's participating in it, but that's going to change in the future as well. But the Sith Triumvirate raid is going to be that foundational one for especially for new players, and then the speeder, whatever is the newest one, is going to give you that Mark III currency. I'm not going to go super in depth on the guild income, just because I'm going to expand more on these guides. But essentially, that's the core, the foundation. If you're not getting good guild income, then you're not going to be progressing in the way that you should. Next, we have crystal income. So you may see that there's Grand Arena listed in there. Grand Arena is not the focus for this tier. Absolutely not. Grand Arena, and same as guild events for the prior tier, they're there as a nod saying that this is where you get some of that income. But you can't build an account efficiently if you focus on Grand Arena, because Grand Arena has some hard limits. If you focus your all on Grand Arena, you're just going to hit some limits on what you can do because you just don't have the amount of GP to be competitive. So you can over time build an account focused on Grand Arena if that's what you love to do, or you may strategically acquire some characters or Omicrons, but that's later on in the tier progress, because as you build more into your account, you're going to naturally progress in Grand Arena. What you can build relatively quickly is fleets. Fleets are very important on getting that crystal income. A lot of players just don't like participating in fleets. They don't like building fleets. They just don't like the game mode. But fleet income is huge, especially for those newer accounts that don't have that crystal Grand Arena income. So from Kyber especially. So if you're a new account and you're level 60, then you can participate in fleets and you have the potential to get 400 crystals a day. So if you aren't getting at least top 5 with 300 to 500 crystals a day, or 300 to 400, then you're severely limiting your ability to progress through this game, because fleet currency is huge. With all that crystal income, you can refresh your energy, and when you refresh your energy, it's the fastest way to build an account in the most efficient way possible. Also, daily activities. This may sound dumb, but you get crystals every day from daily activities. If you don't log in daily and play the game, if you're not actively playing daily, then it's going to slow down your account development. So if you're playing casually and you'll play once or twice or a few times a week, then you're not going to progress as fast as those who play every day. So if you really want to be serious about this game, you have to play daily. So next, after you have your guild income, as far as you have raid currency that's you're comfortable with, and then you have your crystal income as far as you're getting 1st to 5th in fleet every day, the next tier of how you can efficiently build your account is getting that first GL and GL fleet. I always recommend going for the first GL fleet first and then your first GL. There's a caveat to that. If you buy the Lightspeed bundle, then you should get the payout from that bundle first and then get your GL ship next. So if you bought the SWGOH bundle and the Finalizer bundle, then you would go for the Executor next. If you bought the Ray bundle and the Radis bundle, I would probably still recommend that you go for the Executor next. But you can do either or. It's up to you. But they're all good farms, and then you don't necessarily have to go for Ray or SLKR. They're just placeholders there. There's only so much space on this thing for me to put all the GLs there, but you can go for whatever GL you want. Getting access to a GL is going to give you a lot of currency in this game. You're gonna be better at Grand Arena. You're going to be able to get the box 8 in Galactic Challenges, which is going to give you Omicrons. It's just going to give you the ability to play all the game modes at the top tier for the most part. Of course, raids, it depends on what's out and what's new. So the GL isn't useful for that in particular, more than likely, unless you get the newest GL for that pairs with that raid. But you need that first GL and the first GL fleet because it just gives you so much more power in this game. A lot of game modes are designed specifically for GLs. So get that GL. It's going to help you, especially in things like Conquest, where you may have a difficult node. Just having a GL may be that easy button where you can just break through. And having that at your disposal is going to be very important for account development. It also keeps you motivated in this game because you get to see what endgame is like and the true power that these characters can have. So once you have your fleet currency locked down, you have your raids locked down, and you have your first GL and GL fleet, then you should start working on your assault battles. So these teams are the leaders. So you have Veers, Jedi Knight Luke, CLS. Daka is the most important one. She's not the one who leads, but she's the most instrumental one, at least for the Night Sisters one. Grand Inquisitor and Palpatine for Sith. For the Palpatine, you can use SLKR, but to 3-star it reliably, you need Sith. So that's why I included him there. Assault battles are very huge for efficiency building. It's going to give you that Kyrotech, the injector pieces, and also that signal data. And it's free income that you're getting every single month. So if you build another team and it's not an assault battle team, then, or you build an assault battle team, that assault battle team is going to actually give you more passive income. Where if you build something that isn't an assault battle team and you don't have all the assault battle teams, then you're going to lose out on that passive income every single month. So it's very important to build these teams. It's going to be instrumental in getting that passive income, and that passive income along with that fleet currency and that raid currency is going to start snowballing your account. So after you have this foundational level of, if you have at least all the assault battles at CT1, if you don't have the Inquisitors at CT1, that's fine as well, as long as you have the other 6 or 5 minimum. I would recommend to do at least the Night Sisters at CT1 as well. Then you can start moving on to the next tier. That next tier is going to be account direction with GAC, TW, TB, and Conquest. This is where you really start defining your account and what interests you. So most endgame players have something that they really enjoy content-wise. Sometimes that's Grand Arena, sometimes it's Territory Wars or Territory Battles or Conquest. Whatever it is that you really enjoy in the game, then develop your account towards that. And that's where Omicrons also start coming into effect as well. Because before this, Omicrons don't really have an effect on the things that matter for getting more resources into the game. Currently, you can use one usually for raids, but they've been pretty lackluster and not really important and not needed. So I'm not going to group that into there. But you can definitely, as long as you have those bottom needs met, then you're going to be getting the passive income that you need into your account so that you can quickly start building and snowballing your account towards what is important to you, which is this top levels. So the account direction is where you really start developing your account on just like what you want to do in the game. You can get some more GLs, you can go hard on fleets, you can really just expand on whatever is important. If you want, my recommendation for this tier is always farm Jabba so that you can build excellent mods into your account, because mods affect every single game mode in this game. But it's up to you at this point on getting that direction. So at this point, if you have that core foundational level locked down and you're getting all this income and you love Grand Arena, then build GLs, build teams, S or A tier teams, get your Grand Arena Omicrons. There's a lot of things that you can do to just really expand on that, and that's where you do this. So this is really the largest point of where you start playing the game majority wise, and where it comes into personal preference or just whatever you're trying to do or whatever you're trying to counter. So it's up to you at this point on where you're going to go with your account direction, but just build towards what interests you and what you want to do mainly in this game. And this is where streamers or account reviews can really help, because after we tell you to build this bottom tier of foundational teams that's going to give you that passive income, then the account direction is really that art phase of, how can you maximize whatever it is that you love to do. And then you have passion projects. So this is a Star Wars game. This game allows us to connect into a world that we just love. And sometimes, whether it's the movies or TV shows or comic books or whatever part of Star Wars that you really enjoy, sometimes we just have things that are a passion for us and we really want to connect with those characters, and we don't care about anything below it, and we're just going to build that. And I would say that's a very small part of this game. You can do that at the top, you can do it at the bottom, it's up to you. I would always recommend that at least build this core foundation of income of raids, crystal income, your first GLs and GL fleet, assault battles, and then build your passion project, whatever it is. But it's important to maintain that passion in this game because it's what we love and it's what you want to do. So if that's what you want to do, then do it. And I have Jar Jar on there as a nod to my friend Egnard's. We've been going through this content creation kind of journey together in some ways. So that's why I have Jar Jar up there. It's not my passion, but he's currently, Gungans are just new and they're being released, and it's a nod to that. So, Jar Jar. Other than that, that's my philosophy of what building an account on efficiency is about. This is exactly how I built my account. It's how I got a lot more resources. It's how I'm developing my account faster. And you may look at my account and think, oh, this guy loves Grand Arena, or I stream Grand Arena, or I talk about mods and that's what I'm all about. But that's not true. I'm all about this. This is my main focus, is getting as much things into my account, because this is a resource management game. And if you can focus on that point of getting as much passive income as you can, then you can really focus your efforts on what's important to you. So if you're interested in learning more about this, then like and subscribe, because I'm going to build more guides on this foundation that I've established today of how to build your account. But this is just the core philosophy of how I'm building my account and what I do when I look at your accounts when I review it. So if you're interested in an account review, go ahead and join my Discord, join the account review channel, and drop your information in there, and I'll give you your very own YouTube channel. Other than that, thanks for tuning in. I really do appreciate your support as I've gone through this journey of content creation. And if you want some more content, go ahead and like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. So take care.